So the relapse itself, I was sitting alone. I was contemplating the meaning of my life and my purpose, and I haven't been taking the purpose course in Coursera for a while now. I actually dropped out to focus more on the well-being course, which I haven't done today, and now my laptop is blocked to sort of break the fuse so I don't keep PMOing. I've already done it twice in a row because I go on autopilot, so I've actually done it 10 times. And what happened was that I started to look up celebrities with this personality type or whatever, and I was feeling sorry for myself. I was basically thinking that I was stupid, self-deprecating, comparing myself to others. I had a row with my dad just before I relapsed where I told him that I was envious of his ability to think deeply and more meaningfully about things. And it's not like I don't do that myself, but at that time, I started to doubt and question my abilities, and I started to question based on things that I've said and done. And I've been spending a lot of time on social media comparing myself to others, which is a reference point. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't compare yourself to someone based on material wealth or identity, personality. It's just wrong. Like, the deepest intuitions you have are usually wrong. And I feel as though my identity is caught up in these intuitions, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to have these. Like, I want to get rid of them. I want to be more mindful, more present. And then I'm like, no, these intuitions are my security. These intuitions protect me from harm or danger. I can sort of think the worst possible thing that can happen, and just stick to it. Just always think of the worst possible thing, because then when it happens, you'd be less surprised. And it is a form of negative visualization. It can work, but it's like when it happens all the time, the worst possible context, the worst possible thing, and it stops you from making any new decisions or sticking by any decisions. And this is being fueled a lot by porn, causing social anxiety, causing me to become nervous around other people, and then I just generally assume that everyone hates me. So I generally assume that I'm conveying the worst personality possible to them, and I self-deprecate on these things. I fabricate information for myself to live by, and my morals sort of become corrupted, or they get repressed, they get shoved down. And especially when I look at porn, because it violates my morals, it violates my principles, but I still do it, and I do a lot of it. And after my argument with my dad, saying that I'm jealous of his ability to understand the world and to understand concepts and to link concepts together, which is something I do anyway, I shut myself in. I mulled over it. I blocked my laptop, and I thought, well, it'd be a good idea to journal. I picked up my journal, and all I did was put myself down and then ask myself why. Why am I putting myself down? And I've just explained why. I just explained here and in my previous video why. But my brain, my lizard brain, it just wouldn't take it. It just wouldn't comprehend why, because that's what I was criticizing myself for not asking why these things are happening. And in the world, in myself, and in my own inner world, which is why I feel as though it's fallen apart. And what happened was that I saw a logical outlet for this. As I went online and criticised myself, and I saw a logical outlet for this frustration being to relapse. So I started looking up celebrities, again, celebrities with this type, of that type, or whatever. And I looked at some famous celebrities. I started fapping the first time. And I finished off, after I came off that, I closed my laptop, I lay on my back. I finished off over a girl who I used to know, who I assumed was similar to me, but in actuality, we're worlds apart. We're different. We're very different. Like we probably, and over that celebrity who I fapped to, who I saw was similar to me when she was just like a complete idiot. You're probably gonna know who it is if I say this, like a mental patient. Yeah, you can probably think up who it is. But what happened was that I came off and I busted to a lookalike, and a lookalike of her, and then I went back and looked for lookalikes, because I had this period where I was trying to go to sleep, 6-7 o'clock, but I was trying to go to sleep because I thought, well, it usually happens if I stay on the laptop, so I can just put it down. It was still in the same room, and I can just go asleep. I can just fall asleep and forget about all of this. But then it happened again. I started again, and I started looking at alternative girls, because this is getting a bit explicit, but basically like girls who look a bit weird, like a bit gothic, because like I don't know. I mean, I was trying to. I tried to find my identity in these people, but there is no identity in them, because, as I said, that they're all basically plastic, and the act that they put on in these videos with these poor scripts, probably nothing like real life, and they're probably mean and nasty and bitchy anyway and horrible. But I relapsed again. I watched one video and I relapsed, and I was scrolling down. One of them was like a woman shoving shit in her mouth. It was quite disturbing. So I came off the whole thing entirely, and I've blocked my laptop. My laptop's blocked for 12 hours, which is very useful because I was so close to finishing my politics essay. Because I studied politics, I was so close to finishing it. I just had 200 words left to write, and then I could have sent it, and I could have done it today. Which is why originally I sat down by my laptop. It was to work, but I didn't do any work. Like, this is in both times, like when I procrastinated by looking up celebrities and what they're doing, which is no business of mine. And then another time, which was when that was earlier on, I didn't get much of my essay done at all. But then I sat down again at 6 or 7 o'clock. I was gonna work, but then that was when I felt overwhelmed with. I was encumbered with these emotions, questioning my identity and who I am and whatnot, and what value I give to the world. And I don't have to feel these emotions. I'm in therapy, and we're working on a bunch of different things. We're working on me having low self-esteem, having anxiety, and my porn addiction, and they all seem to link in with each other. But he takes the stance of my porn addiction that I can watch porn because it's natural. And I wouldn't say it's natural, like it's artificial, it's blue light. And the women are plastic. You're never going to see them in real life. And it's kind of manufactured. It makes masturbating, which was something I used to enjoy before it became synonymous with porn. It just makes it manufactured. It's like you're a pump. It's like you've got a pump down there, and you just have to pull the pump. It's like you just pump. You're just a pump, and you're just pumping out, and you're not really giving any value. It's just like a machine that pumps out and releases smoke up into the air. It's just like the industrialization of your body and mind. And mind, because it corrupts your mind, it pollutes your mind. And I really do want to give this up. I am going to keep trying, even though I'm going to face even more relapses. I've probably had about 500 of them over the last few years. I was on day 6. I'm trying not to count the days. I'm trying to make the days count. But my personal best on this channel is 28 days. And I'm going to try again. I'm going to keep trying.